Welcome back to the hyperadobe Roundhouse.
Guys, we are putting water spigots on the house today. Well. Sushi was acquired. Mm-hmm. Was it good?
It was delicious.
It was delicious. We also got some materials because, like we said, water spigots, these are weird and custom. Would you expect anything less from us? Mm-mm. You've got some custom boxes to build. We got some things to work through.
Yep.
Ready?
It's not a simple installation at all.
Of course not. Alright guys, so here is the deal. We have looked at a lot of frost-proof water spigots. You know, we've put some in our other pump houses. Already had one fail, and the more I researched, the more I realized that a lot of these that you go get at your local hardware store, the quality of them is just dropping and dropping and dropping. So we wanted to look for something a little more robust. We did a bunch of research and we came across a company called Aquor. This is not sponsored. We're not affiliated with them in any way, at least not as of this video. It's just we think that this is going to be the best solution for the house. So I'll explain why. First of all, these are made by a small company. They're made out of stainless steel and not brass, which I didn't realize till I started researching this, that brass is actually a lot more susceptible to wild temperature swings. This is 8 times more insulated than brass, stainless steel is. Who knew? And this works a lot of the same ways that a traditional frost-free spigot would work. You know, you've got your stem that goes way into the back wall. We got the longest one, which is 12 inches. And then you use a plate with a wedge on it, essentially, when you install it, so that it tips it up so that when you shut it off, you know, any water that's in here should run out, and it opens and closes in the back, very much like a normal one. There are a few differences though. Like we said, this is, I think, the only frost-proof water spigot. It is made out of stainless steel. Therefore, it's going to be a lot more durable, more insulated. The mechanism on the back that seals it is actually held closed by a spring in the end piece that screws on. So there's a little spring and that pushes on here when you screw it on. You can either just do threaded, or we have a 90 pecs. You can get a straight pecs. I'm not sure what we're going to do yet. We just got a few to test it out. But yeah, instead of that turning mechanism pulling this thing tight, it uses the spring and the water pressure that already exists in your home, which means less mechanical failure of a traditional water spigot where you're turning it and is pulling it open and closed all the time. The thing that you probably aren't going to like is this is how you actually make it work. So you put this in, it is proprietary, it's going to twist in and then see it open the end of it. Then watch when I close it, you notice how it didn't close all the way? That's because that spring and water pressure are going to do that job and seal it back up. They have a few versions of these. We decided to go with the version 1, which means the vacuum breaker is built into this contraption. This does have a garden thread right here. I know it's plastic. Done a bunch of research. This is crazy strong. You can drive a truck over it. These are rated for 150,000 of these right here, okay? Obviously, it's going to be UV treated. The interesting thing, though, is that when you disconnect it, the water shuts off. So that means as soon as you plug this guy in, your water's on. Off, on, off. So it's kind of simpler. It's a lot easier for people with like arthritis or like hand issues who can't, you know, deal with the turning of the knob. So that is another bonus of them. And, you know, worst case scenario, if this does fail, all these parts are very easy to get. They're O-rings and gaskets. It's all stainless steel. It's easy to take apart and replace. Or you can just take the whole thing out because it's just going to screw into your faceplate. That being said, as we lay these bags around this, we're going to have to build sort of an enclosure to protect this end that will still give us access to the back of it to work on it and to maintain it. So we have a lot of fun little problems to work through today, and we're going to talk more about a really, really cool version of this that's going to unlock some awesome features on the house. We'll get to that in a minute.
As you can imagine, when building a house like this, there are so many decisions to make and details to work out. And you've witnessed firsthand that Jonathan and I don't always agree on things, like where to put the outlet, or if there should be fairy doors that cover said outlets because they're so ugly and nobody wants to look at an outlet. However, I just read recently that 12% of marriages that go into building a house together end up in divorce. And we are determined not to be part of that 12%. I'd like to thank the sponsor of today's video, BetterHelp. I've been on my therapy journey for 5 months and I cannot say enough good things about it. BetterHelp makes it super simple because everything is online. You just go to their website, answer a few simple questions, and they're going to match you with a professional therapist, usually within the first 48 hours. And since it's entirely online, you can do your therapy session virtually anywhere. You can be on your computer, or you can do a video call, or you can even just chat through their message portal. And if for some reason you would like to change therapists, you can do that at any time with no additional cost. If you're struggling this season, give BetterHelp a try. Just go to betterhelp.com/tinyshinyhome to save on your first month of therapy. Now, let's get back to building those water boxes.
Okay, so water box version 1. Actually, it's version 2. We got 2x8s here to take the load of the bags when we go over top, but also because when you put this in at an angle, it's going to point up. And because it's so long, we want to make sure we have plenty of room if we drill a hole in the middle that this isn't sticking up above that. So that's why we're using 2x8s. We have a nice big piece of plywood under here. We're going to use that as a cleat so nails will go up through here. I have a piece of plywood on the front that I'm going to drill a hole here and show you how this installs. And then we have a little lip on the back. And the idea is that we're going to paint the hole inside with elastomeric so that in case this thing ever does start to potentially drip, hopefully we'll catch that most of that water inside this little waterproof box before it becomes an issue. All right, so remember, gotta use the wedge to make it tilt so the water comes out. They gave me a template here, so I just went ahead and drilled those holes. And we're probably going to get the metal covers for these, but this is we're just testing at this point. Long time till we actually install the water. All right, let me turn it. So this should give us plenty of room to work on this, because if you set this flush against the wall like that, then we still will have sort of a cavity as we lay this bag up here. We'll stop on each side, and probably even 2 because of how tall it is. And that'll give us room here to work. This part will be covered on the inside because I'm technically on the outside. But wherever this ends up going on the inside, we'll have sort of a cabinet or a framed wall or something that's covering these connections that we can get back to later if we need to work on it. But that's the basic idea. Pop that open, have a garden hose attached. Turn it on, turn it off. Also, you can get these with shutoffs on them because, like I said, as soon as you turn that on, the water's on. So sometimes that's not always what you want to happen. So they have an additional shutoff on it. One of the big reasons we went with Aquor is actually a new spigot that they just put out, and it's a hot and cold hydrant. We don't have it. I'll throw up a picture here, but basically it's the cylinder, and it has a knob on it that will do hot and cold. And then you attach the same kind of thing into it where it pushes and it opens it from the back, and then you take it off and you drain it and the water comes out. This will allow us to run hot and cold water lines to this on the inside, mix it on the outside, so we're going to do an outdoor shower. That means we don't have to drain everything for the outdoor shower every winter. It means we can actually plug it in and use it when it's cold, and then unplug it and turn it off and let it drain out. So we're going to use this in 2 spots. First is the outdoor shower, which is kind of the obvious choice, but second, we're going to have an outdoor kitchen area with a sink, and instead of putting an actual faucet on it, we're going to install this high enough up to where we can just plug in the drip hose, because it actually points down, and we'll go right into the sink and then we'll plumb it out. But that'll allow us to potentially wash dishes or do canning or something outside, again, without having to worry about every winter making sure we go back and drain everything and shut it down. We can literally use it all winter as long as we unplug it when we're done. This was just for demonstration purposes. I'm going to take this back out. We're going to paint the inside of this with elastomeric to waterproof all the seals. Like we said, if it starts dripping, it's going to travel down that long stem, hopefully right into this box and catch it. Also, we're doing this with plywood here because there's a good chance this plywood isn't going to last because it'll be exposed. So that way we can either take it off and replace it with something else, or we can attach some other kind of, like Aqua makes like a metal faceplate that would look really nice that we could plaster right up to. This will give us a lot of options for mounting later, but for now, I'm just going to take this back out and we're going to waterproof these, get them all installed with the nails, and that way we can keep laying bags today. All right, we got our water boxes built. So that means we can finally keep going. We could not do the rest of course 11 until we got those done. So we got this little section here. And we got one of those big hot and cold hydrants, that box right there. We got to lay the straight wall, and then we can finish the circle over here. And then we got some more to do. We'll get to that later. We're finally getting around to the last section of the bedroom wall. You probably didn't notice, but we skipped it the other day when we started, and that was because we knew we needed to put a space for that water spigot there. You can see the big W. Now that we got it installed, we can finish this and know for sure we're done with course 11 on that wall, and then we get to keep moving forward.
Well, we are quitting a little early today. No one is feeling great, so we're going to call it for the day. And hopefully tomorrow people will be feeling better and we can get a little bit more done. But a little bit is better than nothing.
These days are running slow. Sunsets and shores far from home. Headlights are shining on the sea. No place on earth I'd rather be. And I could try to just follow the swell.
Hey.
Today we are laying our bag.
No way. Are you serious? You're on a hill and you're taller than me. It's really weird.
I'm always taller than you.
Okay. I just imagined it.
Yep. Okay, today we're laying our bags. We still have a sick kid, so we're down one.
And I'm not feeling great, and Adelaide's not feeling great.
So guess what?
I can do the work. I'm just not going to be
Excited.
super bubbly.
Are you ever super bubbly?
Just
Okay, guys, let's get to work.
Hey, we're back for another day of laying earth bags. We have just a few more pieces on the big outer wall for course 11. So that's what we're going to try to get done today.
Do you think that we could get the 3 done? And then maybe the straight wall?
You're always trying to add one more thing on. Just let's focus on the 3 and trying to get that done. And then we'll see where we're at.
But if we get it done.
Friends, you may have noticed that we haven't been especially talkative in this video so far. Here's the deal. Some of us aren't feeling great. Some of us have various illnesses. Some of us have various pulled muscles. We're just trying to get stuff done, and we're just not in a very talkative mood. That's okay, because sometimes you gotta quit yapping and start bagging. So, we're gonna do more bagging today. Sound good? Everybody? Hey! Also, I just want to say, no one's feeling like awful. I mean, obviously, we're still feeling good enough to just be out here and doing stuff. We just don't feel like talking. That's all. That's it. Everything's okay. We're just getting stuff done.
It kind of feels like this whole course is taking us forever. But to be fair, a lot of us haven't felt good for the majority of this course. So I guess that's okay, right, babe?
It's fine. We'll get there.
We'll get there eventually. One day we're going to have a house. Adelaide, can you believe one day we're going to have a house?
I'm starting to think it might actually happen.
One day, very, very soon.
I miss home, but there's a feeling in my bones, like a part of me don't know what home is anymore. And all these lines keep me frozen in time, while the ones I love keep moving down the line. Sometimes I wanna be on my own, but I don't wanna die alone. If it weren't for your love, I'd be gone by the morning.
All right, we're back for one more day of putting dirt in bags.
But today, we're dressed in our most festive holiday wear.
Huh. Okay.
It's our Christmas best.
It's our earth bag Christmas special.
Sure.
No, not really.
Looks the same as it always does.
It's the red bags. They're very festive. So yeah, we're halfway through this wall. So we're just going to keep laying these little sections.
Hold on, honey. Someday's gonna be one day soon. They promised hope, but I've heard all that before. And all the blood I poured won't be your free ride back to shore. I've been thinking that we all want a taste of fate, but lately all I hope is that my kid's proud of his name. Sometimes I wanna be on my own, but I don't wanna die alone. If it were for your love, then I'd be gone by the morning. Hold on, honey.
This is the day we're going to finish course 11.
11.
Do you think we're actually going to finish it?
Yes.
I don't think so, because we have this whole privacy wall, that whole kitchen wall, those 2 buttresses, and the whole inner courtyard.
But it's a beautiful day.
Are you going to make the kids work extra hard?
Maybe.
Okay, guys, I guess we're busting it out today.
We're going to do our best. We'll see what happens.
Our breast? You said we're going to do our breast.
We're going to do our best. We'll see what happens. So this is a fun little weird section that we're gonna have to deal with. As we lay this this big kitchen wall, right here on the corner, we're gonna have one of those aqua water spigots. We're gonna have, a bunch of cabinets and stuff on the back here so the water line can come down and come into the back of it. It'll all be hidden, but that means that it has to be, let's see if I can explain it. It has to be at least, from inside here, and then, so that means this wall is gonna run right over one side of it, and then we'll lock the other side in as we go around. It's a little fiddly. I don't really like it. And also this bag is a little bit taller than this one. So it's gonna be a weird transition there, but that's okay. We can do it, right?
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
Take me home, take me on a ride. I got a good feeling about the colors lighting up your eyes. Take me home, take me to the sky. I got a good feeling. Tell me the only thing you are is mine now. Na, 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 na. I got a good feeling. Na, 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 na. I got a good feeling. Good feeling. You wanna know is how to hold on to it every moment. Dive into it like my love isn't.
Well, we got this wall done, but we're calling it for the day. It's a little late. We have some other things we got to do tomorrow, though. Look, this is all we got to do, guys. This is it. This circle all the way around. And it's already broken up by a bunch of doors and windows. I think we can get it done tomorrow, and that will finish course 11 with us. So, wish us luck. We'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, what's really cool is when you get your kids an espresso machine for Christmas and then they make you espresso and then you're like jacked for all day.
Are you okay?
I'm not okay.
Guess what? We're going to finish course 11 because you've got all the energy.
Yep, we're going to finish it today and then we're going to move on to course 12 and then we're going to finish that one and then
Let's get going.
Only 5 bags today.
Okay.
No problem. You know, things are getting serious when the hair gets pulled back and the shirt comes off. I mean, the outer shirt, when the outer shirt comes off, it's getting serious.
Yeah.
Well, Jonathan's tamping back 2 of 5. You hear that, B? You see it?
I do see it, yeah.
Is it landing on my head?
It's like, oh, it's gone. It's behind you.
Anyway, okay, Jonathan's tamping bag 2 of 5 from the inner courtyard circle. But then we realized we actually have 2 more bags because the buttress is on the kitchen wall. So really, we still have 5 more bags to go. Everything's fine. Looking good up there.
Thanks.
Is that the thumbnail?
Huh?
Is that the thumbnail?
No.
Stick it out. Stick it out, babe.
No.
I look good 24/7. 24/7.
Two more buttresses. 2 little bags. That is all we have to do to finish course 11. It's gonna take us hardly any time. Only 1 mixer going. Let's get it done.
On the road, I've been away for far too long, but now I'm on my way back home. I hear the west winds calling out my name. They telling me to head your way, down your road and past your gates. Keep your eyes on the horizon. I was looking to belong when I'd already found my home. Won't be long, I'm there before the setting sun, for you to fall into my arms, a place I call my home. I was looking to belong